Did you know that the more you try to pull your spouse closer, the more that they're going to pull away? If you're feeling like you're the only one trying, or conversations feel tense or surface level, and you feel like you're getting into that needy energy in your relationship, listen up. Maybe they used to feel light around you, but now they feel distant. Maybe you used to feel like they were your best friend, and now you feel like they're a stranger in the night. You keep thinking to yourself, how did we even get here? What happened to us? Then what I'm going to share with you today in this video is going to completely shift how you see the situation. Because attracting your spouse back isn't about trying harder. It's about shifting the dynamic and what's happening between you. And most people are doing the exact opposite of what really works. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 3 powerful ways to attract your spouse back emotionally, mentally, and even physically without chasing, without manipulating, and without pretending that you don't care, because that doesn't work either. These aren't games. They aren't tactics. These are actually emotional leadership shifts. And when you understand them, you'll stop feeling desperate for connection, and you're going to start to be really magnetic again. So before we talk about a solution, we need to understand what's happening here. What's the disconnect? Most spouses assume they don't love me anymore. They're not attracted to me. Or maybe they've changed or something's going on with them. But most emotional distance doesn't actually have anything to do with love. It actually has to do with pressure. And pressure kills attraction. So let me explain what that pressure looks like to you. When you feel your spouse pulling away, your nervous system goes into high alert. And you start noticing everything. You notice their tone. You notice their silence. You notice their body language. You read into every single sign. Maybe you notice their lack of initiation. And because you really care, you're trying to fix it. So you initiate more. You ask, is everything okay? You analyze, what did I do wrong? What's going on with you? You try to be better, calmer, more patient, or sometimes you just confront it head on. But what your spouse is experiencing on this other side of this is they're not feeling loved. They feel judged. They feel evaluated. Instead of feeling wanted, they feel like they're being measured up. And instead of feeling safe, they feel like they have to perform for you emotionally. And when somebody feels like they're constantly falling short, they don't want to lean in. They actually withdraw. And it really doesn't have anything to do with how much they care about you. It's how they feel around you, because it's feeling overwhelming. So the more that you pursue, the more that you analyze, the more that you push for reassurance, the more that distance actually grows wider. And so that's the dynamic that we're going to change in today's video. The first thing that you need to do is you need to regulate yourself. Nervous system regulation is the foundation, because you can't attract anyone when you're anxious. You can't create safety while you're spiraling. I worked with a client recently, and this goes for both men and women, but she felt constantly rejected by her spouse. His short responses rather meant something. Every moment, every touch meant something to her. And the first thing we did had nothing to do with the spouse. We focused on the nervous system. And so instead of reacting immediately, you want to pause. Instead of confronting every feeling, you want to process it first. And instead of constantly seeking reassurance, you actually want to create that reassurance for yourself and ground inside of your nervous system. And when you do that, something shifts. You become steady. Your energy changes. Your presence changes. And you start to be magnetic. Calm energy is magnetic. Confidence is quiet, and stability is very attractive. When your spouse doesn't feel analyzed or managed, they actually relax, and the connection starts to grow again. Number 2. We want to shift from pursuing to inviting. And this is a game changer. There's a huge difference between pursuing and inviting. Pursuing sounds like, we never talk anymore. You never initiate. We need to fix this. Do you even care about me? Invitation sounds like, I really love when we sit together like this. You look amazing today. Maybe it's a playful comment or a light touch or a joke from the past. One creates pressure and the other creates warmth in the relationship. I had a client that used to bring up the state of the relationship with a spouse every single week, thinking this was the effort. Instead, it created a dread inside of him. And when they shifted to creating small moments of appreciation, humor, and lightness, her spouse started quickly to engage again. Why? Because people move towards things that they feel successful in. And if your spouse feels like he's constantly disappointing you or she's constantly disappointing you, they're going to avoid you. If they feel like they can win with you, they're going to lean in. It's not that you're ignoring the real issues here. I want to be clear. You're rebuilding emotional safety first, and safety always comes before intimacy. Number 3, reclaim your own energy and life. This is the most powerful shift. Attraction phase when your entire emotional world revolves around your spouse, when your mood depends on their mood, when your confidence depends on their affection, when your sense of worth rises and falls based on their behavior. That's way too much pressure for any relationship. A client of mine stopped waiting for his spouse to change before living again. He started investing in his friendships. He reconnected with his hobbies. He took care of his body. He focused on his personal growth. He built things that made him proud, not to make his spouse jealous, but to feel like a whole person again. And ironically, when he stopped focusing on gripping on the relationship, his wife became more attentive because wholeness is magnetic. Neediness repels people away. Grounded energy and independence attracts people. When you're emotionally centered, your spouse no longer feels responsible for your stability, and that makes it safe for them to move forward with you. So why do these 3 steps work? Let's zoom out for a moment. These shifts work because they change the emotional climate in your relationship. They move you from fear to safety. They move you from pressure to space. They move you from chasing to invitation, and they move you from dependence to wholeness. When one partner shifts the dynamic, the relationship responds. Most spouses don't want distance. They just don't want to feel like they're failing every single time they walk into the room. When they feel respected, safe, and not constantly measured, the natural instinct that they're going to have is to reconnect because they want to feel close to you. So if this resonated with you, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I release at least a video a week, and I'm a relationship expert, and I help couples bring back the love and connection in their relationship.